What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith as we continue our 2023 NFL Draft Prospect Series. Man, this might be the best return man to come into the league since Devin Hester, man. Whether it's his jet sweeps that are rather similar to Tyreek Hill, the guy can also play one heck of a slot wide receiver as well, too. The man is a Swiss pocket army knife, and he can pretty much do it all. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and welcome, coming out of University of Cincinnati, wide receiver, Tre Tucker. Tre, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Appreciate you for having me on here.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I know you're a busy man, so, man, thank you so much for really coming on the show today. Let me ask you, man, take us from the very beginning, man. We just really get to know your story and for people to get to know the man underneath the helmet. Man, when did you first fall in love with the game of football?
I'd actually say my family is a really big sports family, but not just only a sports family. I mean, football. Like it's almost like a thing where as soon as you're born, you're playing football. You know? And I have a big family. I have 12 siblings, so I have 8 brothers and 4 sisters. And you know, growing up, like I said, I remember my first encounter with football. I mean, I was 3, 4. I mean, I'm running around. The helmet's bigger than me. I'm using my brother's helmet, but the helmet is bigger than me, and I'm running around the field. Just couldn't wait to get on there. And I remember I was too small to play because they were going to like put me in flag and all that. But I said I didn't want to play flag. I want to play contact right away. But I'm 5 or 6, and I was too small. So my first sport actually ended up being soccer. For 1 year. I only played soccer for 1 year. Really good. I love soccer. Then when I turned 7, that was my first year of football. I didn't do flag or anything like that. Went straight into it. And yeah, my brothers, you know, that's all we did was play backyard football. I mean, we pretty much could field a team. It's 8 of us or 9 of us. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm 4 or 5 years younger than the one that's next to me. But I have the oldest that's in his 40s. So it's just always great growing up with them. And, you know, I think my family just loves football. You know, everyone's played it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I was on the Bearcats website actually, and doing just a little deep dive on you and stuff. And I saw you had 11 siblings. Is that right?
Yeah. So it gets all mixed up because sometimes I'm like, shoot, I have to literally count, but I got it down now. Though. So there's 13 of us total. I'm the only one by my mom and dad. So some of them have the same parents. So they're kind of all my half brothers and sisters. But yeah, I have 12. So sometimes I think when I say that, they think that's 11 plus me. So no, it's 12 plus me. So 13 total. But yeah, I have a lot of them, 8 brothers and 4 sisters.
That's amazing. I'm low key jealous. It was just me and my sister growing up, and we're like 8 years apart. Just to say, like, hey, we're having another kid a decade later. So, any sibling rivalry growing up?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was the youngest. I'm the baby of them all. So, all of them I had to rival with, you know what I mean? At that time, like, I mean, now if they look back at like, they all are like, you are the guy. But back then it's like, they thought they were the guy. You know what I mean? So just learn from them, man. I think my next brother to me, Caleb, just really, like, I mean, just shifty, can juke. Like, I used to want to juke like him so bad. But I'm faster than him, a lot faster than him. But I used to want to have that. And then I remember my dad's like, go north and south. That's where the end zones are. You know, I just remember modeling my game like that, and you know, but as I got older, like they all kind of like turned towards me, like, man, you are, you know what I mean. But when I was younger, man, they all like, you know, you're the little brother, like you do what we say, and just go by that. But yeah,
like, hey, man, from what I read online, man, you have just one heck of a football story. I mean, you were growing up in Northeast Ohio, I believe it was. You're a huge track star, which we see that on the field, right? Like, man, you crush it in a lot of people, they have, you know, the vertical, you know, movements like a track star would, but man, you could go horizontal. I mean, you could really go anywhere. But to get into this question here, man, you know, you played in everything from the Birmingham Bowl, Peach Bowl, Cotton Bowl, and then of course most recently the Senior Bowl. What are some things that keep you humble in life?
Just understanding that I come from a big family. Obviously my faith, you know, I'm very big in my faith, so that's one thing that, you know, I never get outside of that. But you know, outside of that, I'd say my family. You know, like I'll tell you, I have 8 brothers and they're all good. I'm in the middle. Like I have some of them that are 6'3" that can run. Do you know what I mean? And so yeah, I just that, you know, understanding like, hey, they all have the talent as well, but I just end up going farther with it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm the most talented one now, but you know, but just understanding like. I didn't start this off, but I am going to finish it. You know what I mean? So just understanding that, man, and my family upbringing, you know, like I always, my biggest thing is, sure, you know, there's those, like, I always like to call myself the fastest wherever I go. So I'm in that top 99.9%. But at the end of the day, I bleed the same as you. So there's no difference in me and you. So I don't look at another person that way. Like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm just very competitive. But like I said, I bleed the way you bleed. So for me, that lets me bond with people. It just really keeps a deep breath, kind of, you know, a humble sense. Like, hey, like at any moment, this can be taken away from me. So I mean, you know, I'm enjoying it and doing it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw recently with, you know, DeMar Hamlin, and thank the Lord that he's okay, right? That was a freak accident, you know. Clean hit too, you know, it just happened, but we just from the, you know, wiggling our toes and our fingers, man. We can never take this for granted, man. You know,
ever.
Absolutely, man. That being said, your speed is amazing. Like, you're fast. My kids were, you know, they're often watching highlights with me. I got 2 daughters, and like, Dad, why are you fast forwarding the TV? I'm like, no, that's a speed. Like, you're really fast.
That's cool,
man. So they're little, they don't know too much about the game yet, but let me ask you, are there any, you know, this happens every year. We saw this with Tyreek Hill. He's DK Metcalf is challenging him. It's just friendly competition, but challenge each other to a race. Do you see yourself in some of those conversations after you get drafted?
110,000%. I think Tyreek Hill got a guy that, you know, I like to be my own person. You know, I don't say I'm going to be Tre Tucker, but I do still things from his game. He's my favorite receiver. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, I definitely think, I can't wait. You know, my boy, Ahmad Gardner, just like one of my best friends. You know, obviously we have 9 guys drafted, so I'm really close to all those guys. But yeah, he, you know, like we have a little inside joke, you know, about how fast he is, because, you know, he ran a 4.41 Ahmad ran a 4.41 at the combine, and I was watching his highlights against Tyreek Hill, and I'm like, well, listen, man, when I get in there, man, I'm not gonna say anything, because I'm gonna let it just, you know, people are gonna bring it up, and when they bring it up, I'm like, hey, man, you know, we gotta see about that race, you know, EU, DK, you know, even. Shoot, we can get Miko Hardman. You know, a lot of the guys who think, I'd say the top 5 guys who think they're fast, we got to line it up, because that's how I get down.
Yeah, you got to. Absolutely, man. Now, I said that's a track star and you coming out, man. I love it. Very cool. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, man, like, I see a lot of different type of players. Like, when I'm watching you, man, I see some Tyreek in there, man. I see a little like a slim version of Jarvis Landry, man. Real scrappy down there over in the trenches when you're playing the slot game. And then, of course, man, your return game is insane. Your juke, I mean, cutback game, I love it, man. Let me ask you, though, that's from what I see. What are some NFL players that maybe you perhaps model your game after?
Well, like I said, I really love Tyreek Hill, not just because I'm fast and he's fast, but more so like how he runs his routes, man, how he manipulates people, using all that speed. And that's kind of what I do. And that's kind of what I did at the Senior Bowl. And, you know, just really utilizing that, you know, like I'm the fast. I had, you know, my mindset, and, you know, reality, I'm the fastest on the field. So I'm going to make everyone feel that who goes against me. So just understanding, having that. And why you said I do love Jarvis Landry. I was actually, we were watching some clips of him at the Senior Bowl. And I mean, it's so crazy. I can't believe he ran like a 4.7 or something wild. Like
it was a 4.7. Yeah.
It just, you know what I mean? So it's just wild. But I mean, he's just nasty route runner. So I like to look at Tyreek Hill, and I like to look at Jarvis Landry. You know, I even like to look at Cole Beasley, you know, Cooper Kupp, just like the little nuances around, you know, Devontae Adams and those guys, they're little bigger bodies. And Cooper Kupp's 6'1", 6 foot, whatever he is. But like, just how they move, you know, they move like little guys. So just kind of taking all of their, you know what I mean, kind of all their thing, and then putting it in their mind, and then really watching Tyreek Hill doing the same thing. I just kind of, you know, kind of mod up. That's kind of how I, you know, I would say formulate my game.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool to hear, man. Now, one of your former teammates, you have quite a few teammates who are now from Alec Pierce, Sauce Gardner, and the list goes on and on, right? Mm-hmm. They're all doing well, man. And it's so fun to see that, man. Because I think for a long time in college football, we're like, oh, yeah, the Alabama kid's going to go. Oh, okay, yep, the guy from the Sooners is going to do well. Yeah. Man, Cincinnati represent hard, and you're part of that team. Like, you're the longest tenured player on that team, actually. So I got to ask you, Sauce Gardner, he's already like a top 5, in my opinion, maybe even top 4, top 3 cornerback in the league already. When you guys were teammates, what were those practices like? just paint a picture for me. Was there banter? You guys seem to be pretty good friends, man. But what was that like?
Listen, I'm just saying that's actually one of my best friends. Like, I mean, we were, me and him would go against each other and everything. Like, we know there's competition drills. We're the first two out. Just they call us the first two out. So it's actually funny because we didn't like each other when we got there.
Oh.
You know, we weren't like, you know, we were, you know, all the freshmen were like that. But me and him, we didn't like each other. And then, you know, right after that, we became best friends. And then it just became like we got closer and closer and closer. And like I said, he really became my best friend. So he's just, man, like, the thing I don't people realize, there's a lot of people who have, I'd say, the physical skill set. They're long, they can run, they're fast, they're strong. But like what separates him, of course, he's the most, he's really his utmost athletic. You know, he's in the NFL, but just his demeanor and his mindset when he walks out in the field. Like, I mean, and another guy who was my roommate, you know, away games, camp, Alec Pierce, one of our best friends, actually down here in Tampa right now, and I've just been with him the past week, but those two went at it each other every day. I mean, I'm talking about that last year in fall camp in 2021. We probably had around, at one, it was a night practice. We probably had around like 30, 40 scouts there at that practice. And I mean, it was competitive. And it was just players all over. You got Kobe Bryant on the other side, and you got Arquan Bush in the slot. You got Brian Cook at second round pick to the Chiefs. He's at safety. You got Javon Hicks, who's just declared this year. I mean, those practices, like, you never want to take anything for granted. And I didn't. No one did. You know, we knew. But, like, when it's gone, you can really look at it. And the moment practices are high. I mean, it's been times where coaches had to stop practice, mid-season stop practice, or in camp, and like, you guys got to relax. You know what I mean? You got to relax. Because, I mean, it's on edge. Like, I mean, you guys all know the stat that Ahmad hasn't got scored on in college. You know what I mean? He's never got – I don't know. He'll explain why. I don't know what it's like in the NFL. I don't know if he did or not, but I had to talk to him about that. But I remember one night, that night practice, AP had a nice catch, toe tap in the end zone. I mean, everyone just erupted. That's just how good he was. You know what I mean? It's things like that were unnormal. Even a catch on that side was unnormal. I mean, you know, Alec did it. That's what made Alec really good. I mean, he went the second round. I mean, you go against that guy every day and just watching is beautiful. And like I said, being so close to those guys, man, it was a blessing. Honestly, it's a blessing.
That's cool, man. That is cool. And for me, like, I gotta keep it real. Like, I'm always non-biased, man, because, you know, I've been doing this for about 3 years now. So like, what, 30, 40 guys I know in the league or something like that, or I play in the league. So I have friends all throughout the league, man. But as a Dolphins fan, bro, I love me some Sauce Gardner, bro. He's so fun to watch, man. So that's a pretty cool story, man. Let me ask you, do you have any game day rituals before the game?
Yeah, I think so. One thing is, like, let's say the first game of the season, I'm wearing, I don't know, an arm sleeve, or I wear arm sleeves and stuff like that. But my first ritual is like, so let's say I have first game of the season, or whatever, we could say any game of the season. Let's say I have a really good game. I'll wear the same, like, compression pants. I wear the same, you know, everything will be the same. Maybe even the mouthpiece color. So I have multiple mouthpiece colors. I'm like, oh, you wear fancy mouthpiece. No, they correlate to the game. Away games, I wear this. So I have that kind of ritual. You know, I kind of look at stuff like that. But as far as like rituals, meaning like, hey, you come in, and I like to stretch. I like to get warmed up. So I'm on the field earlier. I like to do that. I really like to relax for a second. You know, I like to relax, but then like I need to feel the adrenaline. I love it. You know what I mean? It's just the thrill of the game. I don't think nothing's ever like that before a game when you feel it. So I just that's kind of my ones. You know, I say like that. I'm not a candy eater before the game. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, stuff like that. So those are really my ones. You know, and listening to music. I love all. I wouldn't say all type. I love all music, but before the game, I got to be like, you know, like this is. Get me in my zone. So those are really the ones that I say I have, you know, but yeah.
I know the big one right now, man. Everybody is play a Super Bowl is the Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lil Uzi, Meek Mill, The Dreams and Nightmares.
When that comes on.
I'm talking about, man, that's one thing that I'd say bothers me. That song comes on and we're about to walk out and I see people dancing. I'm like, bro, the song's nice, you know. I'll be like, the song's nice, you know. I may want to, wow, you got to lock in, bro. But that's how good of a song it is. I mean, before, everyone's dancing. You know, I might break a move every now and then, but, you know, I love that song for sure.
That's cool, man. That's dope, man. What are some of your hobbies outside of football?
I'm a big relaxer, man. I think what I do, I put so much hard work in it. I have the motto, never let anyone outwork me. So when I'm done, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? I put everything into it. So I like to relax, chill. I'm a game player. I play the game. I love Netflix. I actually just finished the show Peaky Blinders. I don't know if you know what it is, but
oh yeah, with the British gangsters.
yeah. So I just finished that, and it took me like a few weeks to watch. I'm a little busy, but yeah, I just finished that last night, and I was really like that. So I like to relax, and pretty much soothe my mind and my body. You know what I mean, and get ready for the next day. Because, like I said, I have the motto: "Never outwork me." So every day is, 4th to 1 for me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now you've had one heck of a, as we wrap up the interview here, man, like you've had one heck of a football journey, man. What was your aha moment where you realized, like, not just an average college football player, I could take this to the next level? What would you say that was your aha moment?
I guess I'd say honestly it was early on. Like, I mean, it would. So coming in during fall camp, a freshman, I mean, like I'm looking to, start. I have everyone. You should have the mentality, and I just remember going through camp. I mean, working my way up into the depth chart. I'm like, okay, like this is legit. Like I can really do this. But I think the first aha moment I'd say was honestly my sophomore year. I think I really, because I was really like hammered on the field, and I started really going. Oh, I went against there was these two guys at UCF that year. I'm sophomore, Richie Grant and Aaron Robinson. Both of them one of them got drafted to the Giants, the other got drafted to the Falcons. I mean, day two guys,
Yeah.
round 3 and 2 or something, whatever, some 3 or 4, whatever. I matched up against those two guys that whole game. And I just remember like winning and winning and winning. And I remember watching the draft that year after that. And I was like, I went against those guys. Those guys went in the second, third round. Wow. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, like I can play in the NFL. It's always been in the, I know I can do it, but it's been like, this is serious. Then in my junior year just stacked, and senior year just went on and on and on. But that was really my first real watching the draft. Because like when you're younger, you don't know as many guys. Like you do, but like you see names pop up, oh, well, good for him. But then like as you get older and you start playing against more people and you just start seeing the college football, and you're like, I know him. He's 5th round pick. Oh, you know what I mean? So when I saw those two guys get drafted, and like I said, I remember cutting on the film after that game. But I knew they were good. But then watching them get drafted, I was like, this is legit. So that's when it happened for me, sophomore year.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, I'm very familiar. I actually live in the Orlando area, man. So very familiar with those names. So that's cool. That's very cool. And then also as well, it's a lot going on right now. We have the combine right around the corner. You have the Reese's Senior Bowl. It's like you really never lost a step. Do you feel any pressure going into the next level in the NFL?
No, not at all. I think this is something I've been ready for my whole life. I've dreamed of it. You know what I mean? You can't ask for anything better than the opportunity that I have in front of me. So like every day is a preparation for it. And like I said, I'm excited. I was just thinking about that. Like, time flies, you know what I mean? And I'm just training and training and training, but weeks go by and go by and go by. Like it's about to be March and the draft's in April. You know what I mean? I could just remember in November, we're just preparing to play Tulane, or ECU. You know what I mean? So time flies. This is everything I dreamed of. I get to do it with people I love. I have a good agency. Shout out to my guys, Washerman, Mike, Alexis, all those guys. They're great. They've made this process nothing but easy. And I have the utmost respect for them. And yeah, I'm down here with my boys. So and Yo Murphy down here at House Athletes, just tremendous. So this whole process has honestly been me. Some people can recall it be stressful, but honestly, it's been super enjoyable. And I say that from the bottom of my heart, it really has been. And if I could, I'm not done yet, and I still got the combine. But if I could do this all over again, I'd do it 110%.
Love it, love it. And what are some of your goals? Once draft day takes and happens, you're called up. You fly in, across wherever the part of the country is that you end up going to. What are some of your goals for your rookie year of your NFL career?
Well, I think first, at the end of the day, work to become a starter. But even more than that, find a prominent role on that team. I like the best thing. I'm like, people ask me, I can do it all, and I really can. That's why I think separates me from a lot of people. Like I can play outside. I did that in the Senior Bowl. Like I can play. I'm a really slot receiver. I can play in the slot. I can kick. I can do kick returns, punt returns. I was a really good gunner. Me and my boy Tyler. We and Alec as well. I can do it all. So like, you know, obviously my mindset, and I know I can, or I wouldn't be saying it, is, you know, become a starter. But at the end of the day, I said at the end of the day, become a starter, but find a prominent role in the team, and then eventually work my way into becoming a leader on the team and balling out, man. You know what I mean? I saw my guys at Cincinnati, what they did. You know, Alec Pierce is a dear friend of mine, obviously one of my best friends, Ahmad Gardner. I don't call him Sauce Gardner, but he's earned a Sauce Gardner name. You know what I mean? We're just so original, but I'd say Sauce Gardner, but he just seeing what he's done, and I've went against him in practice, seeing what it's right there, man. Like the teams we had at Cincinnati and the talent we had, iron sharpens iron. That's what happened, and that's why you see those guys doing really well. Brian Cook, 2nd-round pick, playing in the Super Bowl, won his first Super Bowl. So just I went against a lot of those guys, and you know, it just made me who I am today, and I'm actually excited to get to the next level because it's time.
Man, it's your turn, and you up next, man. Love it. And then last question of the night. So it's probably my favorite question to take and ask people. You know, NFL teams, they do an abundance of research. You know, they go, what are they doing on social media? What are the next door neighbors think of them? I mean, they get deep. You know, that being said, what's something you want NFL teams and NFL scouts to take and know about you that they may not know already about you?
I mean, I'm a very, I'd say, open and closed book. I'm very open. I'm very, you know, authentic, what I do and what I say. Everything I say about myself, if you ask anyone, it matches up. It's not, there's no discrepancies in it. Like I said, I don't get outworked. The hardest work in the building. I'm a leader. I'm very fast. I'm a very good athlete, very good, smart, fast, football, physical, all that. Yeah, that I think they know all of that. But something that I said I don't know, because you hit it on the head. They do extensive research. So I don't think if there's something that they're going to find everything that they need to know.
Yeah.
And some more, you know what I mean? So I don't have any off-field problems. Never have, you know what I mean? I can't even tell you if I was ever late to a meeting or anything like that in college. You know what I mean? So it just, everything that you hear from everyone, it matches up. And I get that a lot, you know what I mean? So I'm really true to who I say I am. And I don't think there's any, you know, closed doors. When I said, you know, a closed book, meaning like I'm not out there. I'm not all on social media. Just, hey, like, no, I don't do that. You know, I keep my private life, you know, but I don't go wilding out on social media, as if they call it, you know what I mean? So just understanding, man, I'm a respectable guy. You know, I have a platform, but using it in the right way. Yeah, you know, so I guess I would say that.
Well, Tre, man, thank you so much again for taking and coming on this show. Man, honestly, you are a huge inspiration. I mean, I came to this interview inspired. I'm even more inspired. I'm about to turn up and go do something, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely radiates off you. Any NFL team that gets you is going to get just not only a great player, but just a leader amongst men. See it in you, man. You're going to do amazing things. Whether you end on my team or not, you got a fan for life in me, man. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, for those watching this interview, go down below in the description. I'm going to have all social media stuff down there below. Follow the story, follow them, get inspired. We'll take it from there. You guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you guys next time. Touchdown with Doug Smith.
Turn 100 for the touchdown, king crown, gain inside, leading your town, hit you faster than the sound, bad boy, throw it down, yeah, I'm ill, not my will, don't cop a fill the house, listen to the roaring crowd, drop a like, calm it down, Heisman, all the haters mouth, superhero hit them, wow, packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow, touchdown for the win, we live, subscribe right now.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams, plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.